I'm sure many of you have t-shirts from years ago stacked up in your closet collecting dust and taking up space. Well, let's get those t-shirts down, brush off the dust, and repurpose them. Today, I'll be teaching you how to make your old t-shirts into a new rug. These are great for birthday gifts, grad gifts, and even just around the house. So to start off, we'll cut into the things that are needed, then how to actually make the rug, and then to finish off, we'll tie it all together with how this is beneficial for society to learn. First up on the list of things to buy is a rotary cutter. This will help you cut the fabric into small strips to make it easier to cut. Some people like to use fabric scissors, but I personally like to use a rotary cutter so you don't have to lift up the fabric while cutting. These tend to cost about $13. Next on the list of things to buy is mesh fabric. This is a must-have. This is where you will be latching the fabric on to make the rug. The size is a big thing depending on where you want to place the rug. Today I have a 24 by 30 inch mesh fabric because I want to place this on my dorm room floor. Those tend to cost about $10. Next is a cutting grid. This will help make even strips of fabric about 1 inch wide. It will also help you not cut your table while using your rotary cutter. This tends to cost about $14. Then you also have your latch hook. This costs about $3. Then you have all of the t-shirts that you'll be using. Of course, sorry. You'll need t-shirts, not dry fit material shirts, but good old-fashioned 100% cotton t-shirts work best. The amount of t-shirts that you'll be using is depending on how big the rug will be. I normally use about 10 or more medium-sized t-shirts. The color of the t-shirt determines the color of the rug, so choose wisely on what t-shirts you will be cutting up. I like to use about 3 different color t-shirts to make the rug more colorful. Of course, those won't cost a thing if you already have them. Overall, all these items cost about $37 at Hobby Lobby. Now let me show you how all these things make something purposeful. First thing I will do is collect all my t-shirts that I'll be using. Then I will count all the squares on the grid to determine how many strips of fabric I will need. I like to do every other square of fabric, or every other square, so that the fabric isn't too thick and hard to work with. Next, get rid of all the seams on your t-shirt. So you'll cut the neck seam, the shoulder seams, and the bottom of the t-shirt. Then you will start doing your strips. So you'll want 1 inch wide strips by 5 inches long. And you'll do that until all your t-shirts are into strips. You want to cut all your t-shirts first so that you won't run out of one color if you're trying to do a pattern. Now it is time to put the fabric in the mesh. So you'll take your latch hook, and usually you start on the side of the fabric or of the mesh so that you can go around and do rows or whatever. But then we're going to put it through the mesh, grab your fabric, put it on the hook, pull it through. Then you'll grab the extra fabric and pull it through again. Then you make it tighter. And that's pretty much it. But it's very time-consuming craft because you have so many squares. And yeah, I don't know. Okay, and then your finished project will look like this. And you can tell that I used a pattern from the back, and we did it by rows. Now, I'm sure you're wondering why this is even beneficial for society to learn. According to TakePart.com, people waste up to 82 pounds of textile clothing every year. And most of those clothing that end up in landfills are not biodegradable, meaning that they sit in landfills for 200 years, releasing harmful gases into the atmosphere. So if you make a rug for yourself, your friend, or a family member, that's about 30 rugs that won't end up, or 30 t-shirts that won't end up in landfills in landfills. And over time, it will keep the amount of clothing in landfills down. So basically, gather your materials like a rotary cutter or mesh fabric, then master what I just demonstrated with the latch hook, and save the environment. Now, as you look up at your shelves, they're empty of all the t-shirts you have kept over the years. You've freed up the clutter and saved the environment. Thank you.